Okay, we'll give them a couple of minutes while the numbers go up. Okay, come on in, folks. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We'll give you one more minute and we'll get started. Countdown, countdown. Okay. All right, folks, I think we can get started. Hopefully the latecomers won't miss anything. Good day, folks. Welcome to another edition of Headlights Live. It says live, but we are recording. So in case someone in your office may not be able to make it today, they will have a recording of this. I'm Paul Salmon. Appreciate your time. We've got a few things to cover today. We've got some presenters, which I will introduce as well. We're going to cover our individual sales club recognition. We're going to cover a recap of Wheaton Bekins Connect from the last 12 months from 2025. We're also going to give you a recap of our partnership programs that we have in place, and that being Yembo, Enhancify, and EXP Realty. We've got a few presenters today. We've got April Milner, who's our VP of Sales, Marketing, and Move Management. We've got Fred McBroom, our VP of Agency Development and Claims. We've got Roger Wise, who's our Western Regional Sales Director. And we have Aaron Roth, who's here for questions as well. He's our Director of Customer Service. But before we get into all of that, we've got a little housekeeping to do. Keep in mind that if you have any questions, type them in your chat box, and we'll make sure we address them after each session that we deliver to you today. Also, if every time we have these calls, we talk about silver certification. If you have not been certified, this is the time to do it. We've got a number of our agents who've been silver certified. Great marketing tool for you to use in the adult market. So if you are feeling like you want to be silver certified, send an email to training@wvlcorp.com just to get you started. Also, we find ways to be able to promote and give our agency network some pub and some shine, so to speak. So all you need to do is if you take a smartphone, which I know most of you have, or all of you, and just record a 60 to 90 seconds video of your agency, some things you do well, even if it's not directly related to interstate household goods, something special that you do, put that in your bio as well, and send it to Wheaton Marketing at wvlcorp.com, or text it to 317-518-1059. Or you can send it to myself or Roger or Jamie or April if you don't feel comfortable, and we'll critique it for you so you can redo it. So now we have one here that we're going to ask you to look at, and I want you to turn your volume up because it's a little low. So we have Net Move featured this month.
Hi, my name's Dan Hall. I'm with NetMove in Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm the general manager there. We've been a Wheaton agent for 19 years. The company's been in business for about 25. We are looking to expand our operations in the Southeast, do regional hauling in the area. So if you need any services down there, look us up. Thanks.
Good. Now, some of you may not be able to hear that, but as you can see, it's Net Move in Georgia, in case you need some assistance there. So moving right along, each month we try to acknowledge the folks that have gone above and beyond the call of duty. We choose two drivers, we choose two agents from different brands. For the month of February, we're going to choose Aristio Castillo of Borman Moving and Storage. This is Aristio's fourth Driver of the Month award, and he was also Driver of the Year in 2020. And we also have David Noel Marquez, a direct lease driver out of Port Richey, Florida. This is David's first driver of the month. And keep in mind that the year for 2026. And for this, they get a cash award, the plaque, and the equipment decals. So in the event that you get an opportunity to see these folks, come into your location, give them an extra cup of coffee, extra water, pat them on the back, and thank them for their service. And moving right along, as we said earlier, that we select two agents. We've got two, one from each brand. Meehan's Family Moving is the the Wheaton actually, agent of the month for February 2026. They're in West Palm Beach, Florida. The Meehan's family, this is their first Agent of the Month award. Owner Mike Meehan Jr. is a third generation mover, and his family has been in the business for over 50 years and well established in that market. Mike actually came in and bought the long-standing Willie's Moving and Storage in last year and moved in the facility, and they've been doing a fine job. So, and they're always, does extensive work in the community. So reach out to Mike and his team just to say congrats. And for the Bekins Agent of the Month, we have Mordew and Springfield Van. Mordew being in Peoria and Springfield, Illinois. And combined, they've won several Agent of the Month awards. And between the two of them, they offer over 100 years of moving services. Now, Mordew began with Bekins in 2023 through the ARPAN acquisition, and Springfield has been a Bekins agent since 1992, which they merged in 2023, and Mordew is actually the ARPAN Agent of the Year for 2021. So if you get an opportunity to reach out to these folks, drop them an email, send kudos, because next month it may be you. So, all right. So as I said earlier, we've got a couple of things to go over. And the first thing that we're going to do for you is we're going to share with you a video of all the great salespeople that's were able to make the club. So here we go. Oh, excellent. So congrats to all of these folks. If you know any of them, say congrats. And maybe if you're not on there this year for last year, maybe you'll be on there for the next event or the next gala. So kudos to all these folks. As I said earlier, the first person I'm going to bring in is April Milner, who's going to talk to you about Wheaton Bekins Connect. April?
Thanks, Paul. I am April Milner. For those of you who don't know me, I'm the Vice President of Sales, Marketing, and Move Management, which means customer service. I have Aaron Roth, Director of Customer Service, here with me as well to help answer any questions. Aaron and his team do a great job with the Wheaton Bekins Connect call center. As you guys might remember, we started the call center last January 2025. So we have fully completed 1 year with Wheaton Bekins Connect. We currently have 16 agents enrolled taking advantage of our appointment management program. This is a great benefit if you are short on office staff, if you're having problems getting back to your leads quickly. Maybe if you're the salesperson and managing the leads, and you're in an appointment, so you can't call someone back right away. This is a great option for you to let us connect with your customers as the leads come in and set appointments on your behalf. In 2025, we fielded 289 leads for those 16 agents. We were able to make contact with 185 who were potential customers, and we set 148 appointments. So 80% of the time when we get in touch with the customer, when they answer their phone or respond to our emails, we are setting an appointment on our agent's behalf. We also completed over 100 virtual surveys via Yembo for our in-house accounts and for some of the Wheaton moving and storage accounts. So we have been really utilizing Yembo. We also use the calendar system, to set appointments. So again, it is a great tool that we offer at the Van Line as a benefit to our agents to fully connect with their customers. And if you guys want to go to the next slide for me. All right, so very exciting news. Starting April 1st, we are going to be offering a virtual survey service to any agents who may be in need. So all of our virtual surveys will be conducted via Yembo. There's a $75 fee for us to do the survey, and we can bill that to your agency statement monthly. You can contact Erin or myself for more information. We are going to have a form fill that is going to be live on Access starting April 1st. And what you'll do is you'll just simply fill out the form giving us your customer's information. We'll reach out, conduct the survey on your behalf, and then we will send the survey to you when we're done. So we won't be doing pricing or anything like that, but we will provide a beautiful visual survey through Yembo.
Good.
I think that's all my slides, but what questions do you guys have?
All right. Well, thank you, April. Let
Do
me
you have
see if we
anybody
have any.
on here who is currently using the call center that would like to maybe share an experience with us?
Don't be shy.
We might not, because they're all out selling at the appointments we've set for them. So there's that.
Good answer, April. Good answer. Okay, let me just make sure that we didn't miss any questions that may be in there. Uh, okay, I have a question for you, April.
Mhm.
Um, what are the hours of operation, and well,
Yeah,
the other part of that question, if there's not 24/7 coverage, will there ever be?
we currently do not have 24/7 coverage, but we are working on some solutions for that. So I'm hoping to have a solution for that by the end of the year. Right now, we are operating in Eastern time business hours.
Okay, thank you. All right, good stuff. All right, so we're moving right along since I don't see any other questions, just to make sure that before we move on. And if for some reason you have a question that just popped in your head as we move forward, just type it in the chat box and we'll do our best to make sure we address it. Okay, so moving right along, partnership programs we talked about. I'm going to introduce Fred McBroom, who's going to share some updates about Yembo for you.
Hey,
Fred.
thank you, Paul. Appreciate it. Thanks everyone for taking the time out to join us this afternoon. We really do appreciate it. We know it's month end-ish, and I'm sure hopefully you're staying pretty busy. I just wanted to bring everyone up to speed on the Yembo partnership a little bit. If you haven't heard already, the transit guide is now programmed in Yembo. So you can do a complete estimate in Yembo using the 100 tariff, whether Bekins or Wheaton, depending on what brand you are. And of course, we do have special pricing, as we've outlined in the past. Happy to review that with anyone if you're interested. But one of the other really big benefits of doing surveys and estimates in Yembo is not only the appeal of the visual of how the cube sheet and survey looks for our clients, potential customers, but once the customer signs the estimate via the Yembo link, the full details of the order are pushed into Access. So there's no double entry or anything like that. You can go into Access, select the hauling type, select the salesperson, and then promote the order. So it really does create a pretty seamless experience. Of course, in Yembo, there is two-way texting, so you can follow up. They've got a pretty robust CRM built in with a lot of automations for follow-up. So if one thing you struggle with is following up or uh, just being able to automate some of those things, we can certainly help you get those things set up in Yembo. And of course, the first 10 surveys and estimates are free. So we encourage you to give it a try. We know a lot of the folks that have tried it have really liked it. If you tried it in previous years or previous iterations, they've made quite a few improvements. One thing we learned on the AI panel that we had at the partnership conference was that the AI output and the technology improves by 100% basically every 7 months. So the things they're able to do with the AI and the technology platform that they've got have really, really improved significantly, especially over the past couple of years. Another exciting thing we had at the partnership conference or the gala rather, in Dallas was Ryan Hegarty did a entire session on how he uses Yembo to close business. And I think Jamie may have just posted that in the chat. It's a YouTube link. It's he's a really engaging guy. Don't take our word for it. Here's someone out there in the field using it every day to help close business, and he can walk you through. He walks you through how he does so. So encourage you to take a look at that. And with that, I'll go ahead and open up to any questions anyone may have. Looks like Phil has a question. So it is not $75 per survey. It is $31 for a survey and an estimate. There are no monthly charges on top of that. So if you want to do just the survey, it is like $25 and then $6 for the estimate on top of it. So 31 all in if you do the survey and the estimate. That's a good question, Phil. I appreciate that.
Yeah, and Fred, he might have asked that because of my $75 comment on my slide.
Yeah.
Oh,
So let me just
yes.
clarify real quick. $75 is what we are going to charge to do a virtual survey on your behalf and then provide that survey back to you. So if you're performing the survey yourself, using Yembo, that's when you'll get the reduced price that Fred is talking about, the $31, which includes the estimate that pushes directly into Access and includes the two-way texting and all of that, or the $25 just for the survey if you perform it yourself.
Yeah, so you can always just do the survey yourself in Yembo and then take the survey results, enter it into Access and use Access if you want to save that $6. But you do lose some of the two-way texting, the follow-up, and other kind of CRM benefits of the Yembo platform. So a good clarification. Thanks, Phil. Thanks, April. Appreciate that.
Good. All right, Fred, thank you so much. Let me just make sure that we didn't get a question that slipped in here. Most of the people on this call, I think, have gone through some webinar with that we did last year with Yembo. But if you want to sign up, if you haven't experienced it at all, just drop myself or Roger a note and just let us know, and we'll get you connected with Yembo representative to walk you through getting started. And keep in mind also that you get a couple of test runs as long as you place that test in the where the names would be. That way you're not being charged for the test. Now, hopefully you won't need 25 tests, but just so you know, we won't charge you if you're testing. Okay, thanks again,
And
Fred.
we just another quick point of clarification on that. And we will also provide 10 at no cost on top of the
Yes.
testing that you do. So we do think it's a great tool. It reads well with the customers, and the estimates are penny perfect to access. So a lot of great stuff going on. So thank you, Paul.
Good. Thanks, guys. again, if you question pops in your head, just type it in the chat box. And next, we're gonna just have Roger talk about Enhancify and EXP Realty. And Roger, the floor is yours, sir.
Thank you, Paul. Well, hello, everyone. I'm a little bashful today, or at least my camera thinks I should be. So you can just pretend I'm looking right at you while we chat. Guys, I'm sure most of us are aware, but we signed a partnership with Enhancify about 18 months ago. Enhancify provides financing for our customers. This isn't because we're trying to go after customers that can't afford moving. This is something that in all of our research, more and more folks prefer to use OPM. Paul knows what OPM is. That stands for other people's money. And we actually have financing, and if your customer qualifies, as low as 0% interest. Everything from high-end furniture stores like Ethan Allen to carpet stores, name it. Everyone's offering 0%. This is something you too can market for your locals, long distance, intrastate, whatever you're doing. So far, we've had hundreds of customers apply, over 1,000 offers extended from lenders. Over $150,000 has gone out. That means $150,000 in bookings that might not have been ours otherwise. This is a competitive advantage we have. If you're not talking about it, you're not making the most of it. Even if your customer has no interest, the fact of the matter is that might be something that makes a difference between you and the other guy. It's a very unique program. Really interesting data point as we're watching the results come through is we thought everyone was going to do this strictly for the 0% interest. We're actually finding that most folks are doing this as a term loan, which tells me that our customers want us to think they have lots and lots of money. And we always think they do because they called us. But sometimes folks are really crunched financially during the move process, and having this as an option, it's going to help you close the order. It might also get you a pack job when they're really watching their budget and they go, well, we're going to take a year to pay for this. Let's throw the pack job on top of that as well. Let's keep moving here. So don't prejudge your customer. You don't know who's going to be interested. Some data I pulled up, one says 45% of the folks surveyed said they are more likely to purchase from a service provider who offers store branded credit and other financing options, and 80% said it affects the amount they're willing to spend. Guys, this is your customers. 80% of them will consider spending more with you if they don't have to take it out of pocket right off the bat. And then finally, 1 in 5 consumers financed their recent big ticket buy, and 92% said financing program was an important factor. Guys, even if they don't want it, there's still the opportunity. You're giving them choices, you're giving them options, you're letting the customer be in charge of their experience. So there's more to the program. Today's not about the details. Please reach out to Paul or myself. We'd love to walk you through it, see how to reintroduce it to your team if you're not using it. Frankly, I would have this on my home page. Some of our agents have a banner that says, ask us about financing as low as 0%. It's one more thing that can be a differentiator for you when people are deciding whether or not to call you. So now we're going to move on to something completely new and different. We have been working on a national partnership with a company called eXp Realty. eXp has actually become the #3 real estate brokerage in the US. They have about 85,000 realtors across the country, and we have signed an agreement with them. We are the only mover they've signed with. They refer people also to pods, but the only mover is us. Our agreement provides free valuation to them. And the reason we did this is we want to provide you with a networking opportunity. When you pull up at a home and you see it's an eXp Realtor listed it, you can call and say, hey, I'm Dave Belford from Wheaton Van Lines, and I'd like to know if you're aware of the agreement we have that provides special benefits to eXp clients. And they probably haven't, because they've done about as poor a job of rolling this out as we have. little mea culpa there, but we're trying to get the word out to it now. Our next screen shows we've got some tear sheets that you can, they're PDFs that you can send to your to your realtors and share what the benefits are. We also, Jamie's team has the ability to customize these for you and put your agency information. Uh, but these are just tools. Guys, the realtor relationships are where it's at. In our travels, Paul and I share the same observations. We'll go to a city, we'll go to one agent who says, "There's no business. I don't know what I'm going to do. It's dead." And we'll drive 10 miles across town, and the other agent says, "Boy, business is busy as ever." And the difference is that first agent isn't out there networking, they aren't out there developing their lead sources. And the second agent we go to, they have so many meetings, they have to throw us out of their office and keep moving. Guys, realtor relationships are where it is at. This is just one way we're trying to help you get a door in with a company you may not be working with. Now we've got a separate program on EXP that is strictly for your national accounts. It's a little bit of a different program. They have offered that your transferees for your accounts can save 10 grand or even more on their real estate and uh, title fees when they buy or sell a home. This is a program only available to Wheaton and Bekins customers who go with EXP. It's a really exciting program. I don't know of anyone in the industry that has this. It's something you can talk to your accounts. So many of us have lump sum accounts where they're capped at 10 or 15 or $20,000. Well, if they're buying or selling a home, this can add 10, we've seen $15,000 to their relocation budget. That's a difference maker. That's a big difference maker. So again, contact your RSD. Finally, we've got a couple of flyers that Maddie put together for us on the next slide. And these are specific to your corporate accounts. Again, you need to get in touch with Paul or me if you want to see these and either have them customized and we'll reach out to Jamie for help, or you can get them out to your corporate clients right away. I'm sitting here talking away. I didn't look to see if there's any questions. Do we have any?
Let me see, Roger. We have a question, but this one is not for you. Let's start with this one first, and we'll come back to you. It says of the 225, I think that was 289, but doesn't matter. Of the 225 that applied, what was the conversion rate acceptance?
Well, there's two steps to conversion. One is, did they get an offer? And that was, I don't have the data in front of me, but it was well over, it was, I believe, 70%, 80%, somewhere in there that received an offer. Uh, and then of those, it was less than half that took advantage of it. Again, this is about providing an option. I've said it before in presentations. I don't care if anyone finances their move, as long as this gives them different options they can select that make us stand out among the competition. So we had a lot of folks get offers, say, "Gee, I can finance at 0%. Do I want to do it?" No, I'm not going to do it. I'll just pay for it up front. So anything else, Paul?
Let's see here. There is one question, another question. Will this affect their credit score, or is it a soft check, or how does that work?
Well, there's two steps to it. They will find out if they're getting any offers from the banks with what's called a soft inquiry that does not impact their credit score. If they actually do borrow money and do business, well, every bank's going to probably make a note on one of the credit bureaus, but that's something we can talk one-on-one on how to present that to folks. Both Paul and I can do that for you. Anything else, sir?
Um, I think that's it, Roger. There is a question here, but I think you covered it in your presentation, so I'm not going to bore you and being redundant.
You'd be
So, all
proud.
right, I think that's it. Again, if you guys come up with questions that may not pop in your head now, just reach out to us and we'll make sure we address them. Let's see, let me just make one more quick look here. Okay, no
Thanks,
questions? All right,
everyone.
so I'm sorry.
So thank you, everyone.
Oh, Roger says thank you, and everyone says you're welcome. Okay, so let's move along. So we've got a couple of upcoming events. Tomorrow we have the Marketing Success Group. We have a featured speaker, and she's going to talk about AI. And I can't say this enough, is AI is fantastic, but it's not your complete teacher. You want to review the things that AI produces. So this will be a great opportunity to hear from someone who's an expert. So if you haven't signed up, there's a memo out. If you can't find it, reach out to myself or Roger or April or Jamie, and we'll just forward that memo to you so you can get registered. That's tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. And April 15th is our next Headlights Live. We're going to talk about just kind of a preparation for peak season. And April 16th, we're going to have our new digital marketing partner share some information with us. So just make sure you mark these down in your calendar. That way you're not setting appointments on those specific times. And May 20th is the next Headlights Live, next, but for May. So you could pop that in your calendar as well. Okay, so let's look again to see if there's any questions. Okay. All right. Jamie's putting some really nice statements in there, so make sure you guys read that. Get your questions ready for Valvometer and when they come to us in next month. Okay. All right. Let's see if we can give you some time back in your day. Okay, we don't have anything else. On behalf of myself, the Van Line, and everyone on this call, we appreciate all that you do and thank you for everything that you do. And hope you have the best rest of the week, so to speak, and the rest of the day. So thanks for spending some time with us and have a great day.